welcome everybody to video number 4. It is a little bit later in the day today, and it actually, when the sun was up really high, it was nice and warm. Now it's a little bit more chilly, kind of wishing I would have worn something a little different. But we're going to begin this class with a good warm up of the hands. The wind is blowing, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But because I am feeling chilly a little bit, we're going to start with the hand warm up, generating that chi. I'm actually going to step forward here and just adjust that just a little bit. There we go. All right. Let's begin shaking it off. Since it's a little later in my day, normally I do this in the morning. This is really a good time to fit Qigong in if you can. I really start to get tired this time of day. So kind of that lull between, late afternoon, dinner time. So this is a really great time to actually do a little bit more of a high energetic practice, because then it'll get you through to bedtime. All right, so let's begin with a nice little side to side here, getting into the kidneys, breathing deep. I'm breathing that nice crisp air, remembering to have shoes on your feet if you're a little on the chilly side. Normally I'm all about being barefoot, but not this time of year. And if you're inside though, feel free to have no shoes on. And of course, if you need any balance or help with balance, please stand by close to a wall or a chair. If you're outside, bring an outdoor chair out with you or something that you can hang on to. So we're knocking on the kidneys here, low back, and we're also knocking on the abdomen. Breathing deep. Kitty is in the picture. Hi, Milo. We have 2 black cats. So we have Milo and Sunny, so you might see both. Slowly allow yourself to unwind. Beautiful. All right. Whew, chilly. Okay. Now, remember, we always bring down the sky. Inhaling, exhaling down. Again, inhale. Oh, I'm looking up at beautiful trees. Again. And exhale. Good. We usually bring down the sky or collect the energy and chi in between each exercise. So we're going to bring the arms overhead, and we're going to bring the left hand up over, touching the right ear, and we're going to bring the right hand up and over, touching the left ear. Okay, we're just going to hang out here for about 15 seconds, breathing deep. This opens the upper back and obviously the ribs and chest. Beautiful. Try to keep your head nice and straight. Try not to crunch the neck. Don't push down on the top of the head with those arms. If you can't quite reach the ears, that's okay. Do the best you can. Now, from here, we're going to rotate the torso over to the right. Keep the pelvis facing forward. Just a nice twist here. Take your eyes with you, your gaze over to the right. Good. Come back to center, and we're going to do the same with the left. It's going to feel so good when we bring those arms down, right? Good. And come back to center, bring it down. Oh, that feels so good, right? Let the shoulders relax, bounce it a little bit into the heels, releasing that tension. Good. Let's bring it down. Bring down that sky. I'm already starting to feel a little warmer. And I'm really grateful Okay, we're gonna do a little flow here. Again, turning that upper body. We're gonna make a little scoop with the hands, and we're gonna reach that left arm around behind, and we're gonna scoop it forward. Good. And we're just gonna let this be very fluid. Opening the shoulder. If you're like me and you've been doing a lot of computer work today, this is gonna feel really nice. Breathing deep. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good. Let's go ahead and go the other way. So we're scooping. Good. We kind of have to transition that hand a little bit when we get to the back. Breathing deep. 2 more. Last one. And bring it back to center. Awesome. We're going to do the other side. Bring it around, scooping it out. Good. Around, scoop it out. Nice and fluid. You know, it was hard to kind of come out here because I have a million other things I could be doing inside. Let's go the opposite direction. It's okay if you went the opposite direction to start with me. We're doing both sides. But it was really kind of hard to make myself come out, you know? Because again, I have so many things I could be doing inside, prepping for dinner, things like that. But sometimes it's nice just to take a little minute for yourself, right? 1 more. Awesome. Let's do 1, bring down the sky. Awesome. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see this is a really good open of the chest, as well as scooping of the spine, really kind of going both ways with that spine, right? So we're going to inhale, open wide, lifting the chin towards the ceiling, and then we're going to exhale, hollow it out, and give yourself a really big hug, okay? Inhale, open, lift the chin, exhale, scoop it out. Inhale, exhale, again, inhale, exhale. Let's do 2 more. You can kind of switch the arms here, whichever arm was on top last, you can switch it. And exhale. Awesome, come back to center, bring down that sky. 1 time is enough. Bring the hands to the low back. If you need to, like me, warm them up for a second. Bring them to the low back where the kidneys are, and let's do our hip circles. Again, if you've been sitting a lot, this is super helpful. When I work on homeopathic cases, I can sit sometimes all afternoon. It's never good for us. Opposite direction of whatever direction you are going in. Good. Let's come down to those knees, legs together, hands on the knees or just above. Let's do some circles here. Let's just do 4 in each direction. So 1 more here. Let's go opposite. Good. From here, go ahead and straighten those legs and allow the head and neck to relax. Let the arms hang here for a second. And then slowly roll yourself up to standing. Oh, I already feel so much better. Let's bring down that sky 1 time. Again, we generate a lot of energy, a lot of chi when we do these movements. We don't want that chi to scatter out. We want to keep it in, right? Okay. So from here, we're going to do a little bit of a hip opener, just to prepare the lower half of our body for our crane flow today. So what we're going to do is you can place your hands on your hips or hang onto a wall if you need to. We're simply going to, I'm going to start shifting to my left, and then we're going to lift the right leg up like we're stepping out and over something. And then we're gonna do the same with the opposite foot. So right foot stands, left leg up and over, okay? And then we're just gonna do that a few more times, right to left. This is great for the mobility of the hip joints. Good. Great for balance. Good. Let's do one more on each side. Awesome. Very good. All right. So let's bring down this guy. Okay. So this is a fun little flow, and it is going to test your balance here a little bit. So we're going to start by keeping the legs together. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up just like a crane. And we're gonna exhale, let them float. As they float, you are lowering down, okay? So we're in a nice little squatting position. My heels are not on the floor. If you can easily get them there, go for it, okay? So we're gonna grab a hold of the legs like so. Let's do this a couple times. We're gonna inhale, raise up. Exhale, floating down. These movements are meant to be fluid. My kitty is chasing a squirrel. Inhale as you come up so that you don't get lightheaded, and exhale for now, float those arms down. We're gonna add a second piece to this. So that we just did is step one. So we do that one time, and then we shift over to the next step. So let's start from step one. I feel like this is gonna be less confusing. So let's inhale, raise up, bringing our wings up, imagining beautiful feathers. Exhale, coming down like so. I drop my head a little bit. You can keep it up if you need it for balance. We're gonna inhale, raise up. As you raise, you're gonna shift your weight over to one foot. I don't care if you start left or right. I'm starting on my left. Okay, this is very Karate Kid if you're from the 90s, okay? Now, let that leg come down, sink just a little bit. As you inhale, switch. So if you haven't watched Karate Kid from the 90s, you need to. Exhale down. I didn't like the new one. Anyway, okay, so let's start over, ready? Inhale, raise. Exhale, lower. Grab a hold of those legs. Inhale, rising up. Bring that right leg, keeping those arms in that crane position. Exhale, lower, soften. Inhale, left, lift left. Exhale, lower. Good, we just come to standing. We're gonna do this a couple more times. Inhale, raise. Exhale, come down. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, lower. Notice how cranes, oftentimes when they're in the water, they lift that one leg up and down. It's fun just watching this on the video because it's really pretty. Inhale. I wore the best dress for it. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift, left. Exhale, down. 2 more times. 1 more together. Last one on your own. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift, left. Exhale down. Oh, I came down. Just caught myself. Woo! Hopefully you did it right. No, I'm not editing this video. All right, last one on our own. Let's see if we can remember it. I clearly can't. Beautiful. Hopefully you're done. Let's bring down that sky. Let's do 2 more of those. Big deep breaths. Get that breath into the deepest parts of the lungs. Awesome. All right, you guys, I'm going to continue to do this for a second because I'm still chilly. And just so you know, I never edit my videos, if you haven't already noticed, because too much of life is edited, I feel like. You know, this is just me and my environment and my home, making mistakes, living life, right? Okay. So we brought down the sky. Now we're going to end the class. Let's do so by bringing the left hand to the lower abdomen, the right hand on top, closing the eyes, softening the knees. Breathing deep. Allowing yourself to be still for a moment. If you too are doing this practice towards the end of your day, you can take a moment to have some reflection of your day. I always like to think of one thing that I could have done better, because there's always something, right? Maybe I could have responded better to something. Maybe I could have been more productive, so on and so forth. But then I like to quickly follow that up with the beauty of the day, what I'm grateful for. I have so much to be grateful for, even just the cats in my yard, my home full of children, so much to be grateful for. This beautiful weather today, the sun, it's amazing. So I use my thought of something that I could have done better as a way to improve myself in the future, knowing that we get a new day to start over, and God willing. And again, always following up with that piece of gratitude, because there's so much to be grateful for. All right, everybody. So I have decided to make all of my Qigong videos on YouTube from this point forward open for the public. So originally I was going to start with a Qigong membership, but I have changed my mind, and I just thoroughly enjoy teaching these classes, and I want everybody to be able to experience them. So I am simply going to just make them free on YouTube. So if this is something that you want more of, please comment below, or you can shoot me an email, whatever you'd like. But I would love to know what your thoughts are on that. If you're enjoying these videos, you can hit subscribe and follow along. I'm not always the best at social media. This really isn't social media, but YouTube videos, things like that. But I want to continue. So let me know your thoughts on that. I would love to hear from you. May the balance within ourselves and on this planet be restored. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna go get warm.